Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? Beauty day in the bay, I think. No, we got a lot of overcast. I don't know if it's gonna rain tonight. I'm hoping not, because I had a funny idea for a video. Yes, it involves fishing. You can just turn off the video now, but I got some things to do before we even consider fishing. Currently it's lunchtime here, and I decided to pick up the camera and shoot a video, because that's what I do sometimes when I want to do that sometimes. Sometimes I do that, so that's why this video is being made. You understand? I gotta pee. Anyhoozle, that was a great pee. I appreciate it. We gotta head out to the garage for this one. So let's go ahead, get out to the garage, and I'll show you what the what is and explain the situation, because it sucks. So last night I went fishing, right? Because, you know, I figured why not. I didn't bring the GoPro because I didn't want to make two back-to-back fishing episodes, but I might make two back-to-back fishing episodes. So I'd say bear with me, but I hate when people use that term, so I'm not going to say that. Anyway, I need my keys because what I need to get is out of the truck. I forgot, I don't bring my fishing gear in here. I just leave it in the truck now because I can do that because it's awesome. That's what I do. So I need to get the ultimate fishing bag. Okay, so to be fair, I had no intentions on going fishing yesterday. I was going to muck around with the 3D printer and finish printing off more Ryobi shit. But then I got a text message from Logan saying that he accidentally killed a bass by the same reason how I killed bass last year. Senko fishing. Sometimes the bass grab it, you don't feel it because they're swimming towards you, they pick it up, you get slack in the line, then you go, oh, I got a fish on. You set the hook, it's already in the bass's gut. You set the hook inside their belly, they're pretty much KO after that, pretty much throwing chum into the water. So he put out a message and he asked, he's like, hey Adam, if you come fishing tonight, do you want a bass to eat? And I said, well, I'm like, why, man? Like, because normally he throws them back. He never catches and keeps. He always catches and releases. So I was like, why, what's up? And he's like, oh, well, and he explained the situation that he cast it out and he accidentally killed it. So I was like, oh, okay, that sucks. Yeah, I'll take him. So then I decided to head down there at 4:30. Well, that's when I got there. And I grabbed the fish, threw him in the bucket. Really, you're back in here? Jesus, Murphy, these damn friggin' hornets. There must be a nest in here somewhere that I'm not seeing. I really got to find it and nuke it. I figured it would be in here in one of the corners or something, but I'm not seeing anything. But anyway, yeah, we're good. I got one of them. They're not dirt daubers either. They're the real damn deal. There's also moths getting in here. I can't win with these damn insects. But yeah, so I head down there. We're fishing away. Neither of us are catching anything. 6:30 hits. He's like, oh, I got to bounce. I got to go to work soon. So he packs up. He heads out. And I'm like, well, if you're going to leave, maybe I'll give this... I suck at spinning rods. I've always sucked. I don't know how to cast them. I literally last night grabbed my phone, jumped on YouTube, how to cast a spinning rod. And I had my quantum telescopic in the bag. And I was like, I've never tried this thing from Canadian Tire. Let's see how it does. So the first cast was completely abysmal. It was horrible. It was the worst cast anybody could ever cast it. Like, literally, I wanted to send it out this way. It went that way. So I jumped on YouTube, watched the video on how to cast a spin cast rod. And then I copied what the guy did and I was sending it out straight. And I'm like, nice. So I'm sending it out. I had one of the wish.com spoons on because they're not very heavy. But one nice thing about a spin cast is you can send some ultralight shit out and get it out pretty far. So I'm casting. And then all of a sudden a fish on. I'm like, yeah. So I caught this fish right here. But what I didn't realize was catching that fish, I broke the tip of the rod. Yep. Brand new. Quantum. This is the second quantum rod I've destroyed. Now this thing's still under warranty and I did find the receipt. So that sucks. But what didn't suck was what I did with that Walter and that bass. The Walter was a keeper. He was 44 and a bit centimeters and we're allowed to keep between 40 to 45 centimeters. What is that in inches? I don't know. I'm Canadian. We use metric. Friggin' deal with it. Brought them home, filled them up, chunked them up so that they're cubes. Dredged them in Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Wing sauce. Threw them into the almond flour, and then fried them in peanut oil. And my God, best fish tacos I've ever had. The tortillas were the keto ones, low carb, and they were fan-damn-tastic. Amazing. Even Oreo liked the fish, which he didn't really care for the fish the other night when I just cooked it in butter and salt, pepper, garlic, but he really enjoyed it this time around. My video idea for tonight was... I have this Zebco spin cast. This is the one that I pulled out of the lake a couple years ago, or last year, not a couple years ago. This Zebco spin cast, which is pretty flimsy. I expect it to blow up. And then this Zebco spinning rod, which is paired with this Zebco spinning Oh yeah. This is Zebco spinning reel, which is currently tangled up in line. I was thinking about bringing these guys down to the fishing hole and sending them out and trying to catch something on them and just literally destroying them. Because I know a lot of people on, I hear you, I just don't see you, you're over there. I'm getting really annoyed with all the bugs in here. I may grab a raid bomb and set it off. I should take my barbecue outside when I do. I should take my barbecue outside when I do that though. Because you know, you do cook food on here and last thing you need is a raid tasting steak. Anyway, let's get this thing off this reel. Get this reel remounted. Now, these here are kiddie rods. Oh, I want to say they're kiddie rods. They're travel rods. They're intended to throw them in your car, and it's like if you go to a fishing hole and you're like, gee, I wonder what's in there. You know, you can sail it out and find out. Now, this one here, I've never casted this type of a rod before. These ones with the push button. So I was like, I wonder how you cast this. So I literally went in the backyard and I was drilling around. Anyway, I was drilling around one of my wooden crankbaits that I made, the one that looks like a perch. And I sent it out way too hard and way too far. And I accidentally put it in the tree. So I had to extract it from the tree and then it was all tangled up and stuff. So I just cut the line and junk like that. And now we don't have a lure on it. So that's not a big deal. Now, I have no idea what the hell the test of this line is. It's probably like 3 to 5 pound, maybe 6 pound test. It's not high at all. So, and the return rate on this is what, like 2 to 1 or something? Like it's pretty weak sauce. So I don't see myself using a crankbait on it or anything effective. So here's my brain dead idea is I'm going to actually put a substantial lure on this. I'm going to put that spoon on that is on the Quantum. We're going to sail that out tonight and try and catch a bigger fish on it and just see the durability of these pieces of junk. A lot of people say they explode under pressure. I'm willing to test that theory 100% because I'm curious and I don't ever plan on using these rods and reels again. So, or for that matter, ever using them. Remember, I bought that telescopic spinning rod to put on my bike. And I don't need that anymore because now I have a telescopic bait caster to use if we ever go cycle catch clean cooking. I need something to cut this. I don't have my tool on me. This is a problem. I have some bolt cutters over here that are dull as frig. Hey, look, scissors. These are designed for this. So the plan is tonight after work, take a boot over at Canadian Tire. I also sourced out some wire. Where the hell's the friggin' wire holder on this? Oh, there it is. I found some wire at a local hardware store, home hardware. I've been looking for 20 gauge wire for my lures that I'm printing, and I couldn't find them for the life of me. I couldn't find the best I could find was 20 gauge. I need 22 gauge. I checked Canadian Tire, and I always forget to check one store that has everything in it, Home Hardware. Literally, if you need anything, you go to Home Hardware. If you can't find it at Canadian Tire or Home Depot, Home Hardware usually has it. And they have 3 spools of it. I need 22 gauge for a crankbait prototype that I'm working on, which looks a lot like my current crankbaits, but I found a better way to print it, which might accidentally work in the water. So we're going to give that a try. I just want to make sure that this wire is on there and it doesn't unspool when I throw it in my truck. So I guess theoretically I could just use it like this as an ice fishing pole, but that tip is not flimsy at all. Probably could have done that last night, just kept casting it out as a 3-foot pole. Like honestly, it's about the length of the Zebco right now. Could have just kept sending it out there and been like, yeah, going fishing, boys. These rods, that's what pisses me off. This right here, when it's not on sale, is 80 bucks. And I literally broke it off on a 16-inch walleye. Where the hell did the tip go? There it is. I'm just gonna chuck that into the top like so. Just let it sit there. The other part is down in the bottom of the handle. So I got the receipt in the house. I'm gonna bring it back. Probably get my money back on it. I don't want another one. They're garbage. Friggin' chippy. Between the bugs and the chipmunks. I'm telling you, man. Garage is a freaking zoo. Where did I put that spoon? Did I leave it over there? Yes, I did. So, weather permitting tonight, we're probably going to go fishing. And we're going to destroy some rods. Well, at least that's my expected outcome. We're going to sail this guy across the lake. And then try and retrieve it. Hopefully not snag it. And potentially catch another Walter. Still going to bring my Sugaling. I was actually expecting the Sugaling to explode. Not the Quantum. But, hey man. Quantum makes great products. Meanwhile, somebody in the comments is probably loving Quantum. They're probably like sponsored by them or some shit. They're like, Quantum does make great products. You just had a dud. Yeah, judging by the comments on Canadian Tire, every single one of those reels is a dud. Seriously? Didn't you just come in here? What are you running laps? There, got that tied on. Don't know where the hell I'm going to clip it to. There's no bait holder on this, so... Oh yeah, that's an amazing retrieve rate. Definitely a low to low to low retrieve rate. But I expect this thing here to just go friggin' snappo the moment I hook onto a decent sized fish, if I can find one. Fishing was tough yesterday, guys. Fishing was tough yesterday. But we got, this is what I caught the walleye on, was one of these from Wish, and it did pretty good. So far I've caught 2 fish on those Wish.com $5 bag of 150 spoons. So I really can't complain unless I really want to. Anyway, I'm gonna get this spin cast set up, or this spinning rod set up as well with something, and I'll see you after work when it's time to head down to the bank. Well, when it's time to go to Canadian Tire and get my money back, that's for sure. And this thing here will also be used. We'll zing it out and see if we can catch a fish. Welcome back to the lake. All right, guys. I'm gonna start this party off with the spin caster. Figure we've never used this thing except for in the backyard. Even though that was kind of fun, let's see what kind of damage we can do with it in a real setting. Now I expect if anything substantial hooks onto this, that blue tip there, she is gonna grenade with a retrieve rate of like, you know, look at that retrieve rate. All right, let's send it. We're gonna have to reel this fast. So one thing I gotta say about spin casts, you can really send them. That went out pretty far. Of course, I'm gonna be reeling for a year to get it back, so actually it's not too bad. I don't have to reel it for a year. All right, let's send it out again. I keep thumbing the spool, but there's no spool to thumb, so. Now this rod here, I caught this one last year over by those rocks over there. Casting out and I hooked onto something and I'm like, oh, I got somebody's line. It was really heavy. So I just pulled it along, and sure enough, it wasn't somebody's line. It was somebody's freaking rod. If I reel at that slow of a speed, is that good enough? That's good enough, actually. I don't have to power reel this. Oh, that did not work. That bound up. Okay, one day I'll learn to cast this thing. Today's not that day. And that didn't work either. I'm so used to the bait caster that this thing's just ridiculous. Just gonna let that sink for a bit, and then we'll slow retrieve it. There's gotta be a fish out here somewhere that wants to break this rod. Oh yeah, as for the Quantum, guys, I brought it back to the store and they gave me a full refund. I was going to get another one, but judging by the reviews, totally not worth it. So I was like, yeah, screw that noise. So if I just press and hold it, does it move? No, it does not. It only moves when you release it, so. Instead, what I went ahead and did was, on Amazon, they had another rod, kind of like the Sugaling in design, but by a different company. Because I swear it's one company makes the cores, and then all these other companies just pick them up. I really don't have to reel this as fast as I thought I would. So yeah, I ordered another spinning rod, extendable, and I picked up a $20 reel from Canadian Tire. So, and they gave me a full refund on it, like not the discount price that I paid. I actually got 30 bucks off of that thing, so that was pretty cool. Okay, we're snagged. We're not snagged. Gotta be a bass out there interested in this stupid thing. Man, I feel like Davy friggin' Gravy right now using a Zebco spin cast. You guys aren't sure who Davy Gravy is? Ayo Fishing's buddy. Guy's a character, he should have his own YouTube channel. Like you can really send it out there with these friggin' spin casters. Man, does this reel ever feel crunchy? It's probably all like ABS printed gears and stuff. Not even ABS, probably just nylon gears. Definitely not your top quality rod, that's for sure. I just need something to bite and break it. Okay, I'm gonna get that back in because that's not in a good location. I have no idea where the hell that's going. Oh, right in front of me, cool. There's usually a bass hanging out over here. I don't know if he's bedding or not, but let's see if I can drag a spoon across his land and entice a bite. Oh, that one over there. I was aiming over there. Whoops. It's all these little gnat flies around. Jesus, Murphy. Let's throw one of my own. 'Cause, 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 No way. No way. Guys, we got a fish. Nice. Guys, we just made it official. Smallmouth bass like my lures. I like them so much that they just hork them back. There you go. It's official. Smallmouth bass really like my swim bait mold. Cool. All right, dude, go play. Cool. Well, if anything, we proved that my baits are not shit. Okay, I do have to say that this Zebco is actually pretty tight. There we go. Found another snag. There we go. Bunch of rocks out there, eh? Well, I gotta give the rod some cred because I don't think the tail on my bait's working anymore. Pretty sure Bass Bud shredded it. Like I said, I need to do some more work on the mold, but it was enough to get a bite from a bass, so good enough, good stuff. Remember last year, Waylon was trying to do that when he came to the point after I caught this rod. He hooked up a jig head and a worm and tried to catch something on it to see how durable it would be. Yeah, I don't think that tail's working right. There's just too much flashing on it. Oh yeah, there's way too much flashing on it. That's better. Now the tail actually flippy flaps. It looks like a fish, not just a stick. Casting further with this thing than I am my bait caster, and that's really disappointing. However, this proves a point. Spend a lot of money on a rod and reel combo, but doesn't mean it's going to be good. Because that Quantum Traveler, guys, that thing was regular $76.99. I got it for like $45.99. It was on sale, like 40% off or some shit. And it snapped on one walleye. And here's this $20 Zebco combo, just thrashing, just giving her. So, and as you can tell, it doesn't matter what you fish with. You can buy a $500 reel and a $700 rod. Fish don't know what you got on land. All they see is what's in the water. Spend your money on the tackle, or be an idiot and buy a bunch of supplies and make your own like I did. All right, guys, I know you're not supposed to rig these like this. You're supposed to rig them Texas rig, but I just discovered the battery pack in my back pocket's out of juice. GoPro's at 55%, and I really wanted to give the direct competitor to the rod I broke a chance to prove its worthiness with that neon green Guggen tip. No, it's not a Guggen rod. Guggen rods don't suck this bad. This thing has the shittiest retrieve rate, and I have no idea how this is gonna go, but let's open the bail, send her out, and see how she do. She's really soaked in garlic, so if a bass is hungry, she'll eat. Like literally a 3 to 1 retrieve, 2 to 1, 2.8 to 1. Like this is awkward too, because you can only have the handle on this side, have the drag turned off. Okay, the drag doesn't work on this thing. Like if I hook onto a fish, I'm gonna be reeling for a week, or if I get snagged, I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay, we're good. We're good. No, we're not. Okay, we're good. We're good. The thing I like about this jig head is when it plants the ass down. It's got a flat spot on it, so I'm thinking about making some worms or something with some floats in them. Yeah, sorry for my amazing casting skills, guys. I really don't know what the heck I'm doing with my life. I know a lot of people don't like spin casts. They prefer bait casters, and I get why, because these things are weird to cast. A lot of people say these are better for amateurs, but I don't understand why they would say that, because honestly, a spin cast would be more effective for an amateur. Like if I take my niece out fishing at the government dock or something, I'm definitely going to be getting her like a Frozen rod, or I'll let her pick what she wants. She wants Frozen or she wants Batman, or I don't know what she's into. She was into Frozen for the longest time, but come on. It's like you unsnag it and you got to reel like 70,000 miles an hour just to get the freaking thing back. Okay, I'm going to sail one out over here. There's less rocks and stuff to hit. Then I can just let it sit on the ground and let a bass pick it up. We're at 49% power, boys. Once this GoPro dies, I'm bouncing. I just came out here just to give her a go. Give her a simple dangle. I'm casting like friggin' like Steve Ovens? Nope. That's not his name. Greg Ovens. A whole bunch of that garlic oil soaks right through the friggin' thing. My hands literally reek like garlic toast right now. It's making me hungry. You know what, this rod might be okay. Like, I'll see how this rod does, but that reel, bud. That reel is just garb. That recovery rate is horrible. Even if I throw the new reel on it, I'll show you that reel when I get home so you can get an idea as to what the heck it is. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna bounce it off the ground, hopefully before the GoPro dies, but if not, well, shit. You guys know Skivinz rule, 1 fish per video. That's all I'm allowed to catch. Maybe a 4-pound sheep will pick it up. And we can really test the bendiness of this rod. Sure, if I can find a bass bed and just throw this on it, I can catch them. I know a lot of people frown on people pulling bass off their beds, but it's legal. The MNRF said so. Holy shit. Are you guys seeing that over there? See all that big mess in the water? That's how much line came off. There's a huge bird's nest on my line right now. Look at this. I'm the only guy on the planet Earth who can bird's nest a spinning setup. Jesus Murphy. What the hell happened, Skivinz? Why do you suck at fishing? Well, this is a major problem. I have no idea how the hell this happened. Or for that matter, how to fix it. Normally I bird's nest on the reel, not off the reel. Sweet Jeebus Murphy. What a cluster crap. Okay, wow. This rod may live to fight another day because I don't know what the heck I'm going to do about this spaghetti salsa mess. Back in the day when I first started fishing and I was using a spinning rod, I didn't know how to cast it, didn't know how to use it. Didn't really get much training on it either. Just kind of handed it to me and been like, here, go fishing, it's fun. And I'm like, okay. Zing! I wrecked it. You know what? Guys, this rod might live to fight another day because this is a mess that I do not feel like dealing with. Same with these freaking little gnat bugs. There, that's how we deal with that. Just gonna send it out the exact same way. Pretty good, right? That's how you deal with it, right? Am I right? See, I'm pro. I know what I'm doing. It's not my first rodeo, it's my third. Alright, let's just go ahead, pull that back, and whip. Ah, freaking hell. That's hilarious. Only I can bird's nest a spinning setup. Like, honestly, any of you guys out there ever do this? Like, are you as good as me at fishing? If so, let me know in the comments below. Oh my god, what a piece of shit. I don't even want to deal with this. Just get on the reel. Get on the reel. Join your friend. I think I just broke everything. Oh my god. I did. This reel is totally bonk, boys. Like, the rod might be okay, but the reel, that's the real problem. You see what I did there? Kind of ingenious. Kind of ingenious. Not really, but kind of not. Come, just get the frickin' thing up here. Just get the frickin' thing up here. This reel's going in the garbage. The rod might be good, but that reel, she's a problem. So, if anybody's out there looking for a rod for your kids that's telescopic, definitely would recommend that Zebco spin cast. That thing's pretty tight. Definitely would not recommend the Zebco spinning combo. That thing's pretty tomato soup. Like, I don't even know what the retrieve rate on this thing is because it doesn't say it anywhere. Oh man, you can drill it out there. You can retrieve it. I'm guessing this is the stock line on it because I never put new line on it. I don't even know how to take these things apart. I just know the top's on screws and that's about it. Like, you can unscrew this thing here somehow. Yeah, like that. But I've never put line on this thing. It's running stock line, stock everything. I do have my bait caster with me. I'm just being an idiot today and sending this stupid thing out. I don't know, guys. Should I get a bullet spin cast and put it on one of the telescopic rods? Yeah, on a telescopic rod. We'll get another one of those $20 two-galing friggin' rods from Wish, and we'll put a spin cast on it, and then we can go kitty fishing. The fish had it too. Oh shit. Hard to set the hook on this thing. I would totally go this route for a travel rod. Like, not this shit reel, mind you, something with a better retrieve rate, but I would totally load a bullet onto a rod and fish the tits off of it. The nice thing about these Zebcos is you can fire some light lures on them. And they're pretty simple, like press button, release when you're at your apex, and just sail it out there. Because I have a Zebco at home. It's a Zebco iron something heavy rod, or it's a medium heavy. I don't know. If you want to see me get the bullet, let me know in the comments below. Actually, if this video reaches 100 likes, I'll get the Zebco bullet. Hell, if this video reaches 100 views, I'll be impressed. And not only will I get the Zebco bullet, but it's going on that bait caster rod. And by bait caster rod, I mean casting rod. Yeah, I'll put it on that one there, and I'll just move the, I'll pack up the bait caster. So I will admit, guys, fishing with a simple setup is fun. Like, doing this is kind of fun. I get now why people do those stupid Barbie girl challenges where they grab the Barbie doll rods and go out and send them. Oh. Is that a fish? That's a fish. That's a fish, guys. And he's pulling drag. Look at the rod tip. Look at the rod tip. Yeah, come on, buddy. Once again, making my swim baits official. That's a pike. How is he not snapping this line? That's a big pike. There you go, guys. Great big dirty pike. Oh, you snapped me off. You gonna just go back? Tell you what, bud, you just go back. I don't want to deal with you, but there you go. You can't figure it out? Yeah, you're stupid. I just don't feel like handling. There he goes. Oh my god, that is legendary, boys. I was gonna just, I don't have a net. I wasn't expecting a pike to eat that, so it's official again. Pike also like my garlic flavored swim baits. Well, that's enough for me because I snapped off and I don't feel like tying on again. But Jesus Murphy, boys, we just reeled in a pike, a freaking pike, with this setup that is now a tangled hot mess. So once again, I implore you that if you want a cheap, kind of fun, like this is kind of a stupid fun thing. Oh, and notice how the tip's not broken on it? You notice that right now? Are you noticing? If anybody's wondering why I didn't jump in there to handle the pike, he was right on the water here. This is slippery as shit, this stuff. So these shoes don't stick to it. I'm not about to hit the water for a stupid pike. I know some people like pike. I don't like pike. However, the pike are out. Maybe I'll send out one more cast. How much power do we have left? Definitely not enough to record it. Okay, guys, I'll see you back at home. Alright guys, it's obviously a lot later. Look, it's super dark outside. I learned a lot from this video, and a lot from today. Number one, that Zebco spin cast rod is pretty damn tough. Number two, that Zebco spin cast rod that's $20 is tougher than an $80 freaking quantum rod. Go figure. Number three, I decided to come home and see how much the bullet actually costs and discovered it's discontinued. They don't make the bullet anymore. They make a Zebco Bullet MG, which is made with magnesium and plastic to reduce the weight of the reel. But it's not that good, apparently, due to the plastic and all that. And it's more expensive. It's a bill $69, and I'm not about to pay that for a spin cast reel. Not going to happen. So skip that whole 100 likes and I'm going to buy one of those because that's ridiculous. I'm not paying $169 for a spin cast reel that's worse than the original. Like, come on, Zebco, pull up. Unless I can find a Zebco Bullet original, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to fly. I might check the local tackle shop, though, North Bay Tackle, and just see if they have them there. But as far as I can tell, they don't have my Canadian Tire, and they don't sell them on, well, they sell them on Cabela's, but they're out of stock everywhere except for in British Columbia, and they're $100. And I know they're good reels. I've talked to a couple of my friends. I was actually chatting on Facebook with a couple of my fishing friends. I've asked them, have you ever tried a Zebco Bullet? And they're like, oh, bro, it's like a bait caster, but it doesn't bird's nest. It's like you can just sail shots out. I don't know what Zebco did with that thing, but there's like zero friction on the line, so if you have, like, for instance, tonight when I was tossing around that jig, they said you can just sail them out forever. They just fly. So that's pretty sweet. Another thing I was pretty awesome was we made well, you guys weren't plugged in for the crawfish, but we made both the crawfish and the swim bait official. My two top pours that I did in the garage. And it's funny because one person was like, I've never seen a green crawfish before. Well, you know what? Apparently neither did the fish, but they ate it and I snagged them. So I caught another bass on the crawfish, which was pretty dope. I really appreciate the fact that that happened. That made me happy. So we got two baits down, the swim bait and the crawfish. And I was thinking that later on in a video, what I might do is try to make the others official too. Now, I won't be fishing tomorrow and I won't be fishing Friday or all weekend because this weekend I'm friggin' off down south going to Barrie, Ontario to visit my girlfriend. Finally, I get to go down there and see her side of the world instead of her always coming here because I've been dying to freaking do this since last October and it's finally gonna happen. So that's pretty ballin'. Road trip for me and this mop who is currently licking his bowl into the wall. Do you want some food? I think that was the universal sign for Dad, I'm hungry. So I'm just going to give him a little bit of kibble to tie him over here. There you go, buddy. And you can eat that. Pretty sad when a $20 combo can destroy a freaking $80 combo. That's ridiculous. And that pike that I caught was fair size. Like he was about a good 20 to 23, 24 inches maybe. I don't know. It's hard to judge without laying him down and getting a measuring tape on it. But like I said, the wet rocks equals slimy rocks equals me doing the splits and getting wet. I wouldn't want to swim tonight. I had technology on me that wasn't waterproof. I can't afford to wreck a GoPro, so let's just not say we did. But if I would have got him closer on the beach, yeah, I would have grabbed him, I would have held him down and measured his size. And that way there I could have told the boys. I just told him it was 20-ish inches because if you don't know, just guess. So we do know the spin cast rod can take a severe beating. We've seen it. She held up pretty damn good. Can the spinning rod take a severe beating? Problem with the spinning rod is that freaking reel that it comes with is complete shit. Now keep in mind that reel, my buddy Sergio bought that back in, oh Christ, probably 2019 for his kids. He gave it to me in 2020 to use on the fat bike for Cycle Catch Clean Cooks. Because his one kid didn't care for it. And he's like, well, here, you can just have this and use it for, and here's a little tackle box with some shit in it you can throw in your bike. You can add some more stuff to it. So I thought that was pretty cool, except for I know Struckus said he bought the exact same rod for a collapsible on his motorcycle for doing bank fishing on rivers. And he said he caught a half-pound bass and it grenaded. That's what brought me to wanting to make the video tonight of destroying rods. But it turns out the rods did more destruction then got destroyed. If anybody ever came to me and said, I'm looking for a cheap rod to use just for some fun fishing, I would totally tell them, get that spin cast Zebco. That was the most fun I've ever had fishing, was that stupid thing. I just couldn't put the damn thing down. And then after I friggin' bird's nested the spinning setup, I was like, well, potato, let's just friggin' go back to the other rod. So I took the crawfish off the spinning setup and I put it onto the casting setup. Sailed it out a couple times, and lo and behold, the bass picked it up and I friggin' hooked him. I don't know if it's the garlic scent or the fact that it landed on its bed. Either way, I was doing nothing with the spoon. I put on a swim bait and a jig. I caught a bass, caught a pike, and then I put on the crawfish and caught a bass. So wish I would have got the bass on video as well, because he is about the same size. Could have been the same bass for all I know. I really don't know. Not sure if the garlic scent does it, but there is proof in the pudding that fish can smell underwater, and that garlic scent is pretty freaking potent. Like, honestly, I left the bag of bait open in my truck, and my truck smells like garlic toast right now. It makes you hungry when you get into it. So we learned a lot on this video. I had a lot of fun. I promised you guys I would show you the new reel. Let's go upstairs and do that now. Here is the new reel. Yes, it's a Quantum. It's a Quantum Solo. I've never had problems with Quantum reels, always had problems with Quantum rods. So every spinning reel I have in the garage, minus one of them, is a Quantum. The one that's on the 8-foot pole is a Shimano that I got from Walmart for clearance for like 20 bucks. It's a 4000 series. I wouldn't put that on anything other than that 8-foot pole I have. So this here is going to be, I think this reel was $25, and the sole reason why I went with this reel here was because it was $25. And I'm literally putting it on a Sugaling casting pole that hopefully holds up. So literally I'm trading up the $80 combo that I had for a $23 casting pole and a $25 casting pole. $23 spinning pole and a, wow, that actually is kind of heavy. This actually doesn't feel too bad. A lot of plastic on it, but she'll hold. First thing I do want to do though is back this out, because man, reeling that way on that spinning rod, that Zebco, was really awkward. Take you off, move you over to here. This is something I wish bait casters could do. There's spinning combos, or spin cast combos that can do this, but no bait casters where you can switch the orientation of the handle. And then we'll screw this on over here, if I can find the threads. I can't find the threads. There we go. Found them. Screw that on there. Nice and tight. And boom. There we go. The new reel. That's friggin' smooth. It's only a, what, a 3+1 bearing? Yeah, it's only a 3+1. But honestly, you know what? I have another spin, like my Quantums, the Quantum Metrics I have. It's a good spinning reel. It spins freely like this one too. The one that, oh yeah, I gotta turn that switch. Like, why are you spinning backwards? You should not be doing that. There we go. Reverse lockout's on. And it's literally everywhere. It's not like my other Quantum. But this should be good. I thought about taking that Zebco spinning rod, putting this on it, and sailing it out a couple times, just to get an idea just what that rod can take. Now, this is going to get filled with monofilament. I'm not going to put braid on this. The reason for that is simply because I want different line on a different rod. Sometimes braid doesn't work. You can run a leader, but I'm thinking, screw it. I'm just not going to bother. If I'm not succeeding with the bait caster and braid, I'll switch it up and I'll try and reel in more fish. Could be kind of fun. Could be kind of awesome. But yeah, this is going to go on the new rod coming in the mail. Should be here tomorrow. It's already at the depot in North Bay. So hopefully it's here tomorrow. And then I don't know when we're going to test it. I might have my first test down south, which I won't have a video camera with me. Any of the video I take when I'm in Barrie will be done with the old phone and edited when I get back. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to shut this video down here. It's gone on long enough. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. Like I said, that Zebco combo, if anybody was asking for a super cheap rod to go out and have some fun, I'd say go to Walmart, pick up the Zebco Adventurer Spin Cast, and you'll have a freaking blast, because it seems to handle itself quite well in some pretty gruesome situations. How long will it last? I have no idea. I don't know what the internals are like. I don't know what kind of metal, what kind of gears they're using, if they're using plastic or if they're using aluminum or if they're using brass. But I do know that I reeled in an okay bass and a fair-sized pike with it tonight. So that's pretty good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.